the full moon in Scorpio, and I am carrying my cards into the woods. It is just glorious right now. And I'm going to be pulling cards for this very juicy Scorpio full moon. Being that I am Scorpio, um, I feel the intensity, and I think that you will enjoy what the fairies have to tell us. I brought my fairy oracle. If you've been following me, you know that just a couple of months ago it was so barren in here. And now it's just kind of indescribable. I don't want to overuse words that other people throw around like awesome and magical, but it is awesome and magical. So today I'm just making my way through. I thought I would just give you a little tour first, just to show you this wonderful place that I get to have. And this is not my property. The owners allow me to use it for my magical purposes, and I'm so grateful for that. Here's a new path that I just created for this season, the thorny olive bush. And it is rather a maze. I guess it's kind of like a labyrinth. But as I walk out here, I don't think I've ever worried, not one time, as I've spent time here clearing the paths and trimming the trees to make it easy to walk. And so I'm just strolling around, looking at everything, getting ready to go to my chair where we will sit and do some readings. So if you'd like to have a card drawn for you today, you're in the right place. Say hi to me. Let me know where you're from. And here's the little fairy village that I have. Love grows here. Yes, indeed, it does. And there's so many dead trees in the woods, in the forest. There's so many dead trees, and they're never truly dead. The moss and the fungus enjoy them as their homes, and they bring new life. And here, I am kind of speechless today, just making my way over to my chair, and then I will draw the cards and we will see what the readings are. Hi, Benny. I am sorry that I am not visible. It's my voice that is the focus here on these readings. And I see there's a puddle here on my chair. Let me just dump that off. It has been raining here in Tennessee, and it's just beautiful. I lived in the desert for quite a while, and we might have one thunderstorm every year. Mhm. And here there's so many. Okay. Hey, Benny. All right. So now I am seated. I'm just going to grab my cards. If you would like me to draw a card for you, I'm happy to do it. The full moon is an important day, you guys. It's really hitting relationships, and it also is a good lesson that prayer is really important, whatever that means to you, because different religions look at prayer in different ways. But the idea of really letting the universe, the divine, the source, whatever it is, God, in on what's troubling you, and to be able to know that there is a way out of whatever situation you're in. Not only that, but there's a lot of release physically when you can relax and let the divine in to have a part in whatever you're dealing with. So, what I would encourage you to do as I start to get the cards ready is just to allow the part of your life that's troubling you, to kind of come up to to the forefront of your mind, and think to yourself, um, What is it that you really want to know? You can put it um into the chat or not. It's like totally up to you. And you have to be polite because it's not nice to fool Mother Nature. But at any rate, thinking about what it is that you're wanting to learn about, what do you want to stretch and grow? Because words are very powerful and you can really do damage or you can encourage people to be um, truly themselves, which is really a blessing. Okay. All right. So we will go forward here. And so I see that there are a few people here. Hit the thumbs up or say hi. Let me know what part of the world you're here visiting. I'm happy to draw cards for everyone that is here. I'm just going to draw for the collective just to get the reading started. And what is it? I call this my fairy forest because I really enjoy stories about fairies. The energy is very fun for me. And so, even though it's a tiny sliver of woods, I get to call it a forest. It makes me happy. Okay, so let's draw our first card here. For my collective, my friends who are watching from wherever you're watching, here's your first card. And again, what we're looking for here is what do the fairies have to tell us about using our words more successfully, whether we're communicating with ourselves or whether we're communicating with others. So let's see what we have. Ask for help. Angels are celestial beings who protect everyone. And fairies say now is the time for you to ask for angelic assistance. This is exactly what I was talking about if you're just joining me. The fact is that in the Scorpio full moon, it's really important to watch your words. They have a lot of power. So they have power towards the negative side if you find yourself being critical to others and especially to yourself. Do you have a habit of being hard on yourself? Do you think everybody else has it easier than you do and there must be something wrong or broken with you? These are ways that you can use words that don't serve you. And when you're hard on yourself, it can make you hard to love and you can end up feeling lonely. So the fairies are supporting this reading today by saying this is time to ask for help. Now, if you've got a paper, I like to use 3 by 5 cards for note keeping. But if you've got something you can write on, just take a minute and write down someone who does not understand you, someone who you wish they just understood you a little bit better, and write down their name. And then if we create a prayer, there's one particularly that I've been using 24/7. Yes, I even use it in the middle of the night if I wake up with any sort of worry or anxiety. And this is how it goes. I am so happy and thankful now that this person is easier to get along with. Okay. So, step one of this particular prayer and how you can ask for help and stay in gratitude at the same time. Okay. So, think of somebody in the last few days who has misunderstood you or is just on your last nerve. Write down their name and then repeat the prayer. I am so happy and thankful now that that person is easier to get along with. Now, some people don't like that kind of prayer because they feel, well, it's fake because we're not getting along. And you know what? I totally get it. But the fact is that if we live as if our prayer has been answered, if we live with our imagination pretending that the prayer is already answered, what happens is we really step into the divine realm. Can you see how the sun seems to be floating down right on that human? Isn't that cool? Wow. It's so true that if we live as if our problem is solved for reasons I cannot explain to you, you are drawn more surely to the thing you're looking for. Okay. It's hard to teach these things. There's some really good teachers out there, but it's hard to explain. So let me catch up with my notes. Sandra, welcome. Hansraj, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Sandra wants to know whether you've met your spouse yet. So yeah, hang on for sure. I'll draw you a card. And then Chanley, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. This is my fairy forest. I live in Tennessee in the US, and I have worked a few hours getting things in order, clearing the paths, and I dedicate it to fairy energy. So if you guys are into the fairies, you will enjoy the reading. Okay, so let's see, Sandra, let's draw a card for Sandra. Now, Sandra, what you do is you write down that your person, if you have a person that you're in mind, okay? So if you have someone that you think might be your soulmate, you're with them right now, write their name on a piece of paper. And if you do not know if you've met your spouse yet, just put a question mark. Okay. When you create an action, when you do an action that is in harmony with the reading, even though we're so far apart, we're connected. Okay. So now let's draw a card for Sandra. What is it that we can let her know about the issue of meeting her soulmate? So the first thing I'm aware of is the train that's going by. Can you hear that? So what I'm sensing for you, Sandra, is that I'm thinking that your person is not currently living in your in your community. Okay, because the train always signifies travel to me. So it could be that your person is living outside your current community. Maybe they're moving to your area soon. Maybe it'll mean a move for you. Let's draw a card and see what we have. The Fairy Oracle cards. This message is for Sandra. Look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you need. So interesting. So, Sandra, I feel like you are turning a new page, that there's something about your desires for us, for your partner, that has changed in the last 6 months to a year, where you're suddenly wondering, do I really know what I want? Do I really know? Sometimes we can compromise or kind of camouflage ourselves, acting the way the person wants us to act instead of being ourselves. So, Sandra, I'm feeling in your energy that something has shifted, and what you used to think you want is not what you want. Does that make sense to you, Sandra? That there's something about your taste in partners that's changed, something that used to be a deal breaker that's not a deal breaker anymore. So I suggest that you grab a piece of paper and just jot down a list of what's your most important attributes of your person, and then also write down things that you want to do with them. Do you enjoy traveling? Do you enjoy eating in fine dining? Do you like picnics? Do you like hiking? That sort of thing. And this check in, because I have a feeling you might be fishing in the wrong pond, and that your next person is going to be a surprise to you. Okay. All right, let's go back, see who's here. Welcome, everybody. Gosh, I've got a crowd. Chanley, have I met my twin flame in this lifetime? Okay, Chanley is next, and I'm going to go right down the line. So, S. Lila, you're next, and then Alexandra, welcome. are you guys from? Tell me where you're from. I would love to get to know you a little bit better. This is the middle of my woods in Tennessee, and it's a beautiful day. It's barely 73 degrees. Normally, it could be 20 degrees hotter, no lie. So I just welcome you. And we're back over to Chanley, the twin flame. Hmm. Let's take a peek. Now, if you know who the person could be, write down their name. You don't not here. This is private. Just write it down in your own heart. And then if you haven't met your twin flame, then just hold a question mark. Let's match the energy and see what the fairies have for you. Oops. Using the fairy oracle today. Oh, moon energy. Oh my gosh. So Chanley, this is pretty important because it's a full moon day. That's why I'm doing these readings. Let's see what this says. Surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm your emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. So, Chanley, what I'm feeling here is that you are, there's a part of you that's just trying too hard, that you're trying to figure something out. And the reality is that you might be going in circles. You might have heard that last piece of advice that I gave about writing a list of the things that you love to do with someone or the things about their values that are really important to you. And then one piece of wisdom I can give you about twin flame. Do some of you guys get into the whole twin flame thing? Perhaps you're familiar with that term, but once I was taught this difference, a difference between a twin flame and a soulmate. Okay, so a soulmate is someone that you have a very irresistible connection to. I believe that soulmates can be platonic friends. They can be married friends where you actually marry the person. And I believe they can actually be siblings because these are souls that share a point of reference with you, soulmate. Likely you could have known them in a different lifetime, or that something needs to be healed between you. That is a cosmic contract that you don't really know anything about. Occasionally, you can meet and marry your soulmate. Okay. And then a twin flame is the way they describe a soul that has been split in two, that the soul has made an agreement to go through this lifetime apart and together and apart and together. It's a twin flame. Flames bring pain. So, twin flame relationships are super intense and the people grow through them. But a lot of people wouldn't pick it because of the amount of drama and trauma that's included. Now, the third type of relationship this teacher explained is called the divine counterpart. Doesn't that sound good? Divine counterpart, someone who's made to be the right fit. Now, a counterpart does not mean that you never fight or you never argue. What it means is that when you have trouble between you, you repair it, that you're committed to repairing the broken places. That is a divine counterpart. Now, Chanley, I'm sorry I took so long to read this card for you, but when you're thinking you want a twin flame, that is something to consider because I think what you're wanting is a divine counterpart. Now, what it says here is surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. So you need to let go of your expectations sincerely. Take some time to think about what kind of partner you really do want. What are their values? What do they enjoy about their life? Once you set that intention, things will start to move. There's wonderful YouTube channels about attracting true love. It's just you could find 1,000 different resources. So go and watch and look at the videos that talk about how to manifest your soulmate. Okay. You can choose to manifest your divine counterpart. That's up to you. But this is an important day. Please take my advice and do a little tiny bit of homework. Write down the aspects of your ideal partner. Okay. All right, moving forward, let's see all who's here. Alexandra, wait, is it Alexandra? Oh, S. Lila, sorry. This one is for S. Lila. A love reading, absolutely. What do the fairies have to tell my dear Lila about love this month? Hold on, I just want to go to the bottom and see who's here. Okay, Mina. Hi, Mina. Alexandra from Mexico. I lived in Mexico for 4 years, Alexandra. It changed my life forever. I lived in Upper North Baja. Just loved it so much. Mm-mm-mm. You're welcome, Sandra. And Mina, I will get to you. Okay, so now we are at Lila, a love reading. Okay, my dear Lila, let's see what. Oh, I just got goosebumps, Lila. What's going on for you? What's going on for you? Are you a Scorpio by chance? I'm sensing that there is an intensity around your energy. I really did get goosebumps. I love when that happens because it helps me truly enjoy the connection that I have with y'all. So, okay, so let's take a peek here for Lila. I sense that something's going on here. And hi, Nestor, welcome. I'm happy that you're here today, and we're working our way right through the line. So, Lila, what does universe have for you? Hey, you guys, hit that thumbs up. I can't tell you how much it means to me. It just helps YouTube share my channel, and it means a lot. So if you're here visiting, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe. Oops, we're upside down. Okay, so Lila, my dear, what's going on with you? Okay, so I feel like you are definitely a manifester. I'm sensing frustration. Yeah. I'm sensing that you experience success in other parts of your life, that love is kind of like a naughty child, that you have manifested some, you could tell me stories, I bet. In the gold, the fairy is wearing gold, which is a sign of prosperity and abundance. And it doesn't matter if it's not money. It might simply be in achievement, in personal goals and achievement that have nothing to do with money, but there's great fulfillment. So it looks, let's see what it says. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now, write it down on paper. Manifestation step one. So if you've been here, Lila, oh, okay, on the twin flame path, God love you. So then we're looking at fire, right? Fire energy, like the gold of the gown might be representing that. Ah, girl. I don't know if you're male or female. I'm sorry, I just said girl, but no offense intended because I just see S Lila, it could be. But this is okay, so let's take a look at the card. First of all, look at those socks. That makes me think of jail. Okay. That makes me think of being imprisoned, maybe being trapped and yeah, separated and trapped. But also it shows me a person with a good sense of humor that's not afraid of seeing the truth and looking at what needs to be done. You are a powerful manifester and you are manifesting the exact relationship that you're in. People will say to me, I want to manifest a soulmate, and I teach people how to do that. I have a track record. I love helping people find their soulmates. However, what I say to every single person that asks me is I say, look, you have to manifest right now, you're manifesting singleness. Think about it. You're manifesting singleness. So, in order to manifest a partnered version of you, you need to figure out how to stop manifesting singleness. Okay. So, the card came out upside down. So, that shows me that you are a very good manifester. You think quick on your feet, but you're holding all the tools. This reminds me of the magician card. You've got everything you need to get some movement in this area. Okay. So, you guys, I'm attracting a lot of people who have experienced some betrayal here today. So, Lila, I'm thinking for you, especially with this full moon energy, and anybody who's been disappointed by love, if you have been disappointed by love with this full moon, you have a chance to release some promises that you made to yourself because of the hurt that you've experienced. Write down a list of the names of all the people who have hurt you. It doesn't matter where, from jobs, from family. Let's use this full moon energy. Write it down on a piece of paper and then go take a crayon or a pencil and cross out all of their names. Do it with force as you're crossing out all of these people. And then I know this is hard. Trust me, I know. But what you want to say is, I forgive and release you. I release you to your highest good. I know that's hard. I know it is, but trust me, it works. If you're scribbling their names and you're crossing them out at the same time that you're saying, I forgive and release you because Catherine said I should, I'm just teasing, and I release you to your highest good, the energy that you're putting out as you scribble their names will really help you. Okay. So, Lila, will you do that? You can email me at patternbaker tarot@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to hear your story. I love to meet you, but this was very interesting because you're extremely good at manifesting. I'm gesturing behind the camera, but you're very good at manifesting what you don't want. That's deep, isn't it? And today with this full moon, you can change that around. Right, again, write the names of the people that have disappointed you. Get a pencil or a crayon and cross them out. And while you're scribbling out their names, say out loud, I forgive and release you to your highest good. I'm not kidding. It will work. Now, let's see some thumbs up, you guys. It means the world to me and it makes a difference to my little channel. So thank you for that. All right, let's see. Yes, Lila. Yes, yes, yes. Take that advice. Okay. Let me know how it works out for you. And Alexandra from Mexico. Buenos dias, mi amiga. Ah, I love Mexico so much. My heart is in Baja, even though my body is here. Okay, so Alexandra, let's see. What did you tell me? Nestor, hi, Chanley. I thought I saw another note. Okay, did you tell me a question, Alexandra? Did I miss it? From Mexico. I thought oh, there it is. I love reading based on the person you're dating. I would love to know if he's the one I'll stay with. Oh, ooh, that's a big question. I got hit with goosebumps on that. Okay, let's take a breath. Let's take a deep breath, my friend Alexandra. Ah, and another deep breath. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to draw a card. And I'm just going to change your request a little bit, if you don't mind. What I want to ask is, what is it that Alexandra needs to know today to nurture and enjoy this relationship? I know I changed, didn't I? But let me repeat it. What does Alexandra need today to nurture and enjoy her relationship? How does that sound, Alexandra? Is that an okay adjustment? Yes, good. That's what I have found often when people are creating intentions or they're getting readings, is that a little adjustment to the question kind of takes the pressure off, doesn't it? Because honestly, I can't tell you the future. I'm sorry, I don't want to disappoint you. But what I can read is the energy of today. And if you're wondering if the person's for your future, that would be your prayer, but to get the data about what your energy is wanting you to know about how to treat the relationship today. Okay. So I've drawn the card already. You're probably thinking, quit talking, Catherine, and turn the card. Okay. I wish I could do it in Espanol. Okay. Nice. Nature's signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds. Okay, so right away, Alexandra, I assume that you want me to be bold and just say it like I'm seeing it. it seems like there's two areas that are needing your attention. One, somebody in this couple is a bit ornery. I don't know if you watch Abraham Hicks, but I adore them. And they talk about the word ornery, kind of irritable, short tempered. Okay, there's that energy I'm feeling. And then I'm also feeling that there's a deep need to speak truth. Okay. And I feel a constriction in my throat right now, because somebody is struggling to speak their truth here. So, generally speaking, I would say that this card is calling for some adjustment to what's going on. Okay. And then I'm noticing this little, oopsie, there's a little squirrel. Can you see the squirrel? Okay. So, here's the deal, nature is always teaching you. I mean, what I learned in Mexico taught me forever how to treasure being outside. You have a beautiful, beautiful country, and there's so many lessons in nature. So that animal that you're seeing with the white and black snout is a badger. Okay, so I think in English, when you're badgering someone, you're kind of picking at them. And the blue butterflies are trying to land on the badger. The blue butterfly is lightness, lightness, transformation, joy. And the blue is the color of the throat chakra. So, right now, the best thing you can do, my friend Alexandra, whenever you're dealing with your person, this is a great tool. I hope you have a pencil. What you say is, let's start with what we can agree on. Let's start with what we can agree on. Whatever the issue. For example, if you're picking at what restaurant to go to, you can say, let's start with what we can agree on, which would be we're both hungry. This kind of technique helps disarm somebody who's a little on prickly side. Okay. And if you're on the prickly side, just take this in. See the stream of water that's right in front here? That's spirit. And it's calling you to just get to know yourself a little bit. Do some meditating, do some yoga, bring in the softer side of love because it's so important to speak your truth in love if you want this relationship to last forever, right? So this is showing some adjustment is necessary. Just adjustment. Each of you has a strong personality and you need to calm down and learn how to be your partner's best partner. If you have a pencil, Alexandra, write down, um, how do I become my partner's best partner? Make that your intention. Okay. And then you've been here for a while, so you've heard some of my other advice. And those of you who are just joining me, this card reading is really for the collective, and there's advice with every single card. So use nature and really pray. Use the prayer, which I love. And it goes like this: I am so happy and thankful now that I have clarity about my relationship. Okay, isn't that neat? I am so happy and grateful now that I feel more confident in my relationship. Okay, because this relationship's certainly not over. So please email me. Like I tell you guys, I love to hear your stories. It's patternbreakertarot@gmail.com. We are all about breaking up the patterns that are keeping you single or keeping you from the joy that you're wanting. Hi, Jean. Thank you for greetings from Spain. Wow, this is so cool. You're welcome, Alexandra. Please check out my library. I have literally thousands of little tiny videos that are teaching this stuff every single day. Okay. Let me go back and see where I am in the line. I'm going to go right through the line. I've got time and my battery is fully charged. So let's see here. Mina, you have been so patient. She's single. Is there anyone for you? Okay. Mina from the UK, first time here. Wonder about finding love. Thank you, Chanley. Thank you for liking my channel. I appreciate that. I'm doing great, Mina. It's beautiful here in the woods. Over there, I have some flags that I flew. I got some sari ribbon, SARI, not SORRY. Although that's kind of a good interpretation. And then when I hang them up, they're signs of the prayers that I've prayed or the wishes I've made. So, anyway, back to the reading. Okay. And let's see, is there anything else for Nina? Yes, Nina, you are next. Okay, so asking the fairies, again, I'm going to adjust your request a little bit, Nina. Let me take a breath. Let's have you put your hand right on your heart, please. You are so welcome. Put your hand on your heart. All of us together, take a deep breath. Oh, another deep breath. Oxygen is such a gift, isn't it? And Nina, I feel like the fairies are wanting you to know right now that we receive every day naturally. When you take a breath, go ahead and breathe in. You have to receive that breath. Okay. So the universe really wants you to understand that learning how to receive is going to help you explore love. Okay. So let's all hold that in, hold that thought. Okay, now what do the fairies have for you? How can you nurture love? Imagine if you have a garden. Right now it's springtime in Tennessee, so the garden is starting to grow. The seeds are starting to grow and some of the early bloomers are blooming. So let's pull a gardening reference in you, Mina, and let's ask the universe, what do you need to know about growing a garden of love in your heart, starting with you first, so that people will want to come close to you to experience your garden. Does that sound good? Ooh, it's getting a little darker in here. I think the sun is going behind me. Okay, Mia, let's see. When it comes to nurturing love, what do we have for Mina? And Mina, yours is upside down too. Okay, so in the tarot deck, there is a card that's called the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man energy is about turning your perspective upside down. So whatever you've been thinking about love, universe is saying to you, let's turn it upside down. So if you have a pencil and a paper, write that down. This would be true of others who are watching me right now because the collective draws together magnetically. And so all y'all who are here right now, um, all you're here right now, you may be having a situation where you're manifesting the exact opposite of what you want and you're trying to figure it out. Jean, am I saying your name correctly or is it Jean? But yes, I love that. Thank you for telling me that you're a man. I appreciate it. And you're Scorpio. I am double Scorpio, and it's not an easy life. And when you find yourself in these situations of being in between things, it can pull you apart. Nina, this is what's been happening. You've been suffering a lot. You've been grieving the fact that love seems to be out of reach, but that's not true. The universe is here, I promise you today, to tell you that love is all around all the time. Now, frankly, I get more love from my dog than I do from a lot of humans. I'm not kidding. I love my relationship with my dog. And there's just been a study that was released where they're actually scientifically proving that if you have a really wonderful relationship with your dog, it can be as satisfying as a human. And I even did some research once on could a dog be your soulmate? Because I used to work at the pet cemetery. And when I got to know the pet owners when their pets transitioned, I know that the love, oh, I just got hit with goosebumps. I know that the love they're feeling for an animal is more than they've ever felt with any humans. So you are being asked to look at your beliefs about love differently, Mina. Are you ready to do that? Let's read our card. The Fairy of Manifestation. I'm getting floods of goosebumps. If you're getting goosebumps, let me know. The Fairy of Manifestation will help you to use your wishes wisely. Manifest your heart's desire with pure intention and for the highest good of all. Okay, Vina, as a Virgo, I I just want to say God love you. And I mean that in only the most positive energy. But Virgos in my world tend to be wound a little tight, meaning that they're very demanding of themselves. Perfectionism can be a real problem with Virgos, and that can play havoc with relationships because you are going to have to accept that most humans are not perfect. I know, it's hard to take it, but it's true. A dear friend of mine is a Sagittarius with 5 Virgo placements, for Pete's sake. It's really difficult for her to relax enough to let love in. Okay, so when I began this reading with that upside down fairy, what I want you to do is I want you to create a, a gratitude journal. I know that's kind of lame because everybody says it, but for you, Mina, you need to notice abundance. Right now, as you look at this woods, there are an abundance of trees, right? But there's more abundance of leaves. And so carrying a few 3x5 cards in your pocket and write down every example you see of abundance. There's abundance of dead leaves on the ground. I only have one hand, but there's an abundance of fingers because abundance is the key to opening your heart for love. Okay. Hey, Nettie, welcome. Yes, you guys, I'm going down the list. So please be patient. I will get to you. Then hit the thumbs up. Of course, if you're enjoying this, it just helps me build my channel, and I really appreciate that. So, Mina, will you find love? Absolutely. I would dare to say that you feel love energy from me. Right? Many people tell me that. Something about your voice. I used to teach golf, and they would say, "There's something about your voice. I feel more confident." So I've been doing this a long time. But if we believe there's no love for us, guess what? That's what we're going to create. So please do sign up for my channel, Mina. Every single day, I release little bitty vehicles to teach this stuff because you're only as loved as you believe you can be. Okay, wonderful reading. And thank you for everyone who's here because I am being so uplifted by these readings. Mina, if you were here, I would give you such a huge hug. Again, my body is like a Geiger counter, and I have so many goosebumps right now. I can only appreciate that many of you guys too. That's part of energy. Energy is real. Okay, so I just want to grab the box of these readings because it's so powerful. I just want you guys to see the box because I'm loving them. The author creator is Karen Kay. Aren't they gorgeous? Okay, so let me see who's next. Y'all are being so patient. I just love you. Okay, 2 Geminis. Oi, oi, Geminis. I have a Gemini moon. So I am grateful that I can pull in the Gemini energy for you. I'll be with you shortly. And Jean is there saying hi. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. Alexandra, and then we had Nina, and now we have Nestor. Hi, Nestor, an Aries looking for clarity of a relationship with a Libra female I want to be. Okay, got it. So it seems to me, okay, so I'm feeling that this is not an ongoing relationship right now. I'm sensing that, oh, I have 1111 at the top. So 1111 is very important. So Nestor, um, sometimes what you think you want is not what you want. Okay. Sometimes what you think you want is not what you want. 1111 is a very powerful combination of numbers, and it can mean extreme good luck, but it also can mean that something might be at cross purposes. So yes, let's get fairies wisdom on this right away. Okay, Aries and Libra. Okay, I am not an astrologer. However, I am a student of the personalities that are represented by the signs. And so that's my interpretation. So, right off the bat, I know that Aries is a fire sign. And Aries are super passionate and very exciting. The energy is exciting because they just they know how, okay, how could I say this? They don't take life too seriously, and they can get very fixated on something that they want, and those two things can cause some stress on an Aries. And a Libra is an air sign. Air signs have some personality aspects that could be difficult for an Aries, because air signs can be indecisive, and Aries might be a tiny bit indecisive too, so there could be some conflicts. But if you look at it in the elemental way, air can blow out a small fire. A fire can consume air. And so it could be a bit of a volatile mix. So without even pulling the card, I'm just sensing from your energy that you are hoping up to create a relationship. Then I have the first tip. I'm so sorry, but I'm getting a lot of hits for you. Is there's a man on YouTube. He's called the Astrology Guy, and he is awesome. His teachings are funny and they're quick to the point. So you can look up his Aries folder, and he will have a reading for you on an Aries man and a Libra woman. He teaches that sort of thing. So I would definitely go over there. Okay, so here we have our card, and let's see what it is. And again, we have an upside down card. So right away, that's showing me some imbalance. I'm also seeing a lot of blue. And so that is, that deep purple and blue. Okay, so the deep purple is a spiritual or energetic um, exclamation point. There's something going on here that has to do with core values. And also, it's so important to be able to speak your truth. So let's take a peek at what this card says right side up. Our protection card. Okay. Okay, so there is guardedness going on. And I feel like for you, I sense sincerity with you, Nestor. And remember, this is just a single card reading. I'm just giving you what I'm sensing about it. But it does seem that there's a little bit of caution and perfectionism mixing together here. I sensing that not there is part of you that doesn't want to make a mistake, but there are things about this connection that are not easy. That's okay. Not every relationship has to be easy. To have a successful relationship, you need to know how to repair it. So if you have words with one another, or you come to a cross, like you're at cross purposes, that you speak your truth and then apologize and move forward with a strategy. Okay. It never works to hold back. You don't want to be cruel, but you want to open yourself up to everything that's possible. This fairy is surrounded by other fairies. The angelic wisdom that is around you, Nestor, is very real. Your sincerity in wanting to create a partnership with this particular person is important to you and to your future. So let's take a read here. The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. There is something here between this person and you that needs exploring. I would suggest doing some journaling about it and just write from your heart, Nestor. Write why it is that this person is so important for you. Okay. I think that there's clarity is going to come. And I'm feeling like one or both of you is sensing they need to be guarded right now. So as you look at that, turn inward. What can you do right now to become the best Aries partner that you can be? By sharpening up your positive aspects, the strength of Aries, and living to your highest and best self, you become automatically attractive, not only to this person, but to others, other humans. Okay. So take this seriously. Don't rush or push. Remember, attraction is a magnetic thing, it's not assertive. Okay, Nestor, there is your reading, my friend. Okay, Jean, did you want me to draw a card? Enjoy my voice. Thank you. Thank you that that you're in balance as a guy. 1111, and here I've got 1111 at the top. Okay, so I'm pulling a card for you. I love it. I have a question. The abundance, it is here for all. I love that. There is no, I'm going to take a screenshot right now and I have to cover up. Sorry. Oh, darn, I lost the 11. If that comes back, I want to take a screenshot because I think that having those 11 people listening and 11 thumbs up was significant for you, Jean. Okay. Your question is such a good one. Um, I do a lot of study with Neville Goddard. I hear that train is very loud for me. Neville Goddard and Wayne Dyer. I watch Abraham Hicks videos to help myself realize that I can create my own view of life. I get to pick what I focus on. That's why you guys are in the woods with me today, because there is so much abundance in the universe. It's staggering. I mean, the sky at night, if you're lucky enough to live where it's dark, when you get to be in the woods like this, where you before I could hold up the phone like this and I could see nothing but blue sky, and now I can almost see no blue sky. I have to really look for it because there's an abundance of leaves. There is great power in the power in gratitude, appreciating. We are surrounded by abundance. Every time you take a breath, you don't have to struggle. The breath is there. There's an abundance of oxygen. The world may be a mess around you, but there's always something to appreciate that is abundant. This is what puts you in the right place at the right time. When you find yourself at the right place at the right time, which obviously right now you're hearing this reading, you feel luckier. The calmness that you go after, calm, peaceful well-being, is fed by appreciation. Abundance is the fuel for appreciation. Do you have to go out of your way to find it? Yes, you do. You might have to go home and pour a little mountain of a little molehill of salt on your counter and look at the abundance of the grains of salt. I'm not kidding. I came through cancer 17 years ago and when 18 years ago. And when that time was happening, I did not know if I would be alive or dead in a year. I started using these techniques, and no matter how bad life gets, abundance is always here. Got it? So anyway, my friend in where did you say you were? In Spain? In Spain? I forgot. Sorry. Okay. After that speech about abundance, I feel you, Jean. Pull the card, please. Here it is. Another upside down card. I'm loving it. This, you know what, this is perfect, especially for a person who thinks they're in balance, because there's something about music for you. Are you a musician, Jean? That's the first thing. And I'm not sure what that's saying. But anyway, I'm wondering if you are a musician. So I was seeing this. Okay, so what I'm noticing is the lack of color, that this is, it's perhaps nighttime, but it feels like there's okay. Oh, and Gene is a man and that you were dead for 33 minutes, no kidding. I have great fascination with near death experiences, and I feel like my cancer was a near death experience because I could have left. So I am I just appreciate you. Okay. So with this music, okay, that makes sense then. Okay, this card completely makes sense to me because when you think about funerals and that and the mourning, the mourning, the sadness and the grief and all of that. So that's what I'm reading here. I was like, what am I seeing here? Let me flip the card. Listen carefully for their Oh, a musician, excellent. Listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. Okay, so there's a door. Oh, wow, this looks so different upside down. Okay, so there's some kind of shift going on. So, Jean, right now, this is a full moon in Scorpio. I would definitely, there's a meditation that's absolutely fantastic. I listened to it this morning. I'm going to put it in my community. But if you want to email me, I'll send you a link because it's so good. It's so good. There's something out of order that is out of sight, out of mind. There's something in your music. You may be at a crossroads. You may be being called to make a decision, but this full moon, if this full moon in Scorpio right now is very important for you, words are very important. Okay. So if you write your songs, the words, I don't know if you're a composer musically or if you're a lyricist, but honestly, Jean, I'm just slowing down to say there's something around your words, how you tell stories, the containers that carry your emotions. There's a huge shift going on right now. This particular meditation, I think it's the psychic soul on YouTube. It's the full moon meditation is spectacular. As I watch the light sparkle across this card, I just feel like resurrection and I feel the sense of new life. If there has been anything heartbreaking for you in your music, with the people you've worked with, or even experiences that you've had, it'd be great to do that scribbling exercise I talked about earlier. Write down the names of the people who have offended or betrayed, and you will have the fuel you need. I have to take a screenshot so I can catch the 11. Okay. Thank you guys are so patient. I appreciate you. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So you write down your list of the people that have hurt or offended you, and then grab a black marker, not a marker, a crayon or a pencil, and scribble, scribble, scribble. You scribble on top of those names of anybody who's hurt you with your music. And while you're scribbling, you can sing or say, I'm letting you go to your highest good. I'm letting you go. I forgive this. I let it go. And as you scribble, you will feel the energy come out on the paper. No kidding. And let yourself scribble as forcefully as you can, because there's something really important about the energy on this full moon. Okay, my friend, please feel free to email me, all y'all. It's patternbreakertarot at Gmail. I would love to hear more about what's going on with you, Jean. And thank you for being so patient and waiting for your card. I really appreciate that. Okay. Yes, when you're asking me about abundance, I would say that it's in your words. I mean, it's gonna be a flood. It's gonna be a flood. It's just really getting rid of the blocks that are between you and that. So do, Jean, if you're so inclined, email me. I'd love to be able to support you. Hi, Poppy Ann. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. And let me see. Poppy Ann, what's coming towards David and I this month? We are both Gemini. Okay, Poppy. You guys are so kind. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're finding my voice pleasurable. It's makes me um makes me smile ear to ear. I used to hate my voice, you guys. Honestly, when I heard my voice recorded, it made me cringe. I was just, ugh. And now, unfortunately, that's not true anymore. Okay, so we have date. Okay, so this is Poppy. Okay, now again, all right, so we're gonna do just how I'll say it's like an energetic snapshot. We'll do a little energy snapshot or a screensaver shot. I'm just focusing in on my sorry flags. And it makes me laugh. Earlier in the reading, I called it sorry flags. It's SARI. Um, they're silk from India, but sorry, SORRY is such a cool message that we do live in peace with the people that have hurt us. Okay, speaking of which, Gemini. Okay, Gemini, Poppy. Um, my heart goes out to you. It does, because there are certain personality aspects of Gemini that can be very challenging, right? You guys, as close as you are, as much as you might be able to read each other's minds, I bet you annoy each other sometimes. So, the important part about keeping things fresh and alive in your relationship is to repair. Be ready to say, I messed up, I'm sorry. Everybody, I messed up, I'm sorry. Go ahead and say it. And another one, Poppy, this is excellent. You say, I could be wrong about this, but, okay, everybody who's in a relationship, write that down. I could be wrong about this, but it's the best way to soften up someone to hear your mind. Got it? But anyway, let's draw a card. What's the energy around this Gemini combination right now? Hold on, grab it from the Angel Oracle. For my Gemini friend, divination. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so Poppy, what I'm seeing here is that the fairies and angels are asking, are you doing enough for yourself? Are you seeking the divine? Are you seeking answers to your own insecurities? Sometimes it's hard for Gemini, being an air sign, it's hard to feel things in your body. In fact, you might get annoyed if people say, where do you feel this in your body? And like, I don't. It's in my head. I think it. I don't feel it. But what I love about this author of these particular cards is if you look in front of her, she has cards. She has this very deck, which is so clever. But there's no one here except her, Poppy Ann. So I think that universe is calling you to something deep. Now, with this fire and today being the full moon, it's a perfect time to create yourself a little fire ceremony. You can do that by just getting out. I like to use 3x5 cards. They're just easy, but write down some ways that you know that you could be a better partner. You know, just don't be afraid. It's just you and you. Nobody's there but you. If you want to get an education, go to astrologyguy.com and just watch the video that's called um, How to Date a Gemini. And he tells you all the strengths and why we love Gemini. And then he has a special section where he says, don't make a Gemini mad, or this could happen. So he helps you see your downside. For me, when I watched his Scorpio video, I was like, oh no, he had me so busted. But when you start to choose to deal with your own insecurities and problems, you're going to strengthen your bond. Okay. So take your piece of paper, write down a list of the things that you can change about your personality just to start caring more deeply for your own well being. Your partner will feel that. Then go ahead and cut it up in little pieces. Use a fireproof bowl of some kind. If you have some alcohol that's 91% alcohol, rubbing alcohol, you can squirt some of that on there and have a lovely little fire zone. Light some candles and really ask yourself, how can I be a better partner to my Gemini? That will cause you some major upheaval towards good. You will start appreciating your partner more, and they will start to appreciate you too. Measure in time between now and the new moon. That's 2 weeks. See what happens. I think you're going to have a wonderful couple of weeks. Okay, thank you, Poppy. That was a good reading. I'm doing a ritual myself this evening, and I'm excited. I love creating ceremonies around the moons. So let me take a peek here. Thank you guys for your being here. Thank you for visiting. I love when you let me know where you're from. I am going to do as many readings as I can here in my time, and I'm just working my way through the line. And so right now we have Melissa, Melissa Artiega. Are you and then Nettie, Melissa and Nettie. Happy. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. Jean. Okay, Poppy. Okay. Thank you for helping you guys. Yeah, right. I love that, Jean. When you are connecting, we are you completely on the vibrational level, on the energetic level, there's no separation. Oh, I love that. Poppy, I do have another piece of advice for you because I love this. I call it a prayer because Neville Goddard, I love Neville. There's a teacher named Missy Renee, and she's wonderful teacher of Neville, but he teaches about living ahead, when we pray to pretend, use our imagination to think that the problem is solved. So I love this affirmation, and it is I am so happy and thankful now that my person is easier to get along with. It's an open invitation to get along better because with Gemini, with your air signs, it's hard to communicate at the heart level. I'm just saying. And again, I'm only reading one card, and so I'm doing the best I can. I do personal readings. You can contact me. I'm happy to pull more cards for you. But remember that affirmation. I am so, you can fill in anything after the now that. I'm so happy and grateful now that we are getting along better. All right. And you will change your person's life by saying, I might be wrong about this, but, and then say your thing because it will disarm. Okay. And Ryoki, welcome, welcome, welcome. Melissa, you're next. Um, yeah, I know. No, it's hard when it's your brother. I was raised with my son is a Gemini, and it's very challenging for me. I have so many Gemini people in my life. I married a Gemini. God bless me. I barely handled it. Randall from West Korea. West Korea. Okay, let's go back. And I'm at Melissa. I'm just going back in the line. Melissa, did you have a specific question? Aw, Melissa, thank you, darling. I love reading the cards. I mean, honestly, I feel like the cards are my soulmate. I'm not kidding. The stories that show up tend to help people, and it's just so meaningful. I want to know if I'm with the right person. Okay. Okay. Okay, hold it. Let me take a breath. Okay, Melissa, put your hand on your heart. Anybody else who feels like doing that, join in. Take a breath. Ah. Okay, take another breath. Ah. Yes, as we all join in, honestly, Um, if I see anything, if the fairies show themselves to me in a concrete way, I will definitely bring that. I would say if a butterfly, the lightning bugs are here, and I spent 20 years without lightning bugs and I love them. But if an animal appears, that's one way that the fairies show up in my garden. Sometimes I'll see things that catch my attention, but I'll for sure share that. Okay, Melissa, I'm thinking about your reading. Hold on. You're with the right person. May I offer an edit to you? I suggest, what do I need to know to navigate my relationship right now? What do I need to know to navigate my relationship right now? How does that sound? The reason that I kind of translate some of these requests is because I know the questions that bring the best stories. Okay, good, good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for being understanding. Okay. And here's our card. All I do is cut the deck and pull one out. Okay, so here's your card, Melissa. Let's see. Jean, were you here on the I can't remember what card it was. It was like the first or second one where it looked like the fire was pulling right out of the angel into the human. That is something I would say is evidence of the fairies. But anyway, I go on. Okay, solitude. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. Wow, what a message. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. Okay. Okay. I'm aware of, um, yes. Okay. What's pulling my attention first is where she's standing. In the woods where I am, I have a different place in the woods where I do readings, and it's on a moss covered log. And the woods that I live near is full of dead trees. Okay, there's a butterfly. Aw. Okay, so for sure that's an answer to Jean. It's a huge butterfly. I don't think you can see it, but it, oh my gosh, I wish you could see it. I have to tell you, I have never seen a butterfly in here before. I live where there's a lot of them. Oh, wow, I wish you could see it. I'm sorry, I should get back to the cards. Okay, sorry, but I just remarkable to me. So butterflies are all about transformation, right? All about transformation. So for you, Melissa, for this to come through, for a butterfly to come through, and then the first thing I'm seeing is moss that's dead on a log. I'm sensing that there's dead wood here. So, yes, there's something about this because there's beauty in a moss-covered log. And I love them. I love that the way nature is, that life comes from life. And even in death, there is life. So I feel like this might be a transition for you with this person. I feel that this message about solitude to me I want to ask you the question, and please don't answer it here. It's just what I want to say to you personally is solitude, suffering in silence, and peace at all costs is not true peace. Those are just words that wanted to be spoken. And I'm wondering if a fear of being alone is keeping you compromised. Okay, my friend? I feel that the the message of life recycling is important. So this could suggest that what has been happening between you and your person, it's that part of you that needs to be shed like a skin, that there's a part of the partnership that is not really what either of you want, and it may be that the solitude it's calling for is you to get real serious on how you want this relationship to go. It might not be saying the relationship is finished, but it does suggest that there's dead wood, and just a careful pruning of what's not working could bring a lot of dynamism back into this relationship. But if you've been thinking, I think my time is over, this is kind of a confirmation. I look at her, she's not carrying any baggage, right? She's walking away, she's looking over her shoulder. But I'm just sensing, and again, I'm only pulling one card. So that's challenging, right? To just um, get a part of the story, the part of the energy. But I feel that sense of you're in a place where you really need to reconsider where you are. Okay. Feel free to email me. I love to have contact with my people, to know what's going on, and to just offer my support. Okay, Melissa? Okay, let's go back here and see who's next in line. I don't want to miss. Oh, Nettie's here. Hey, Nettie. I'm so glad you're here. Nettie has been watching me for a really long time. Oh, Poppy, you guys have been doing moon manifestations. Fantastic. Remember those magic words, Poppy. I might be wrong about this, but okay. So even suggesting the moon ceremony, you could say, I might be wrong about this, but I think we should do it on the north side of the house. And then if your person says, well, I want to do the south, then be agreeable, right? Be agreeable. Okay, let's see. So I have Nettie and I have Ryoki. Hi, Ryoki. Jean. I'm going back here. Oh, okay. Now I have a bird. And the bird is a cardinal. Okay, so cardinals are bright red birds. They're just gorgeous. So if you're here right now and you're watching, please look up the spiritual meaning of cardinal, the bird, okay? Jean, you're bringing so much magic to my reading. Yay. Okay, I think I'm caught up. And so, let's see here. I'm going to ask for more fairy signs when I'm in the woods. I learned a lesson from you, Jean. Okay. And Nettie, you are so patient, my friend. Nettie, hold in your mind. What is it that you're wanting to know? Is there something specific? Do you have a question, Nettie? Hi, AJ. Welcome. First time viewer. Appreciate you. Randall, welcome. If y'all have questions for me, definitely ask. Sisu, welcome. So many new friends here. Okay, Shizu asking for husband, Arif. So we will see. Hi, Tammy. Oh, welcome, Tammy. I've seen you here before, huh? I know I love cardinals. They don't have them in the Southwest. I don't do readings in Hindi. I'm so sorry. Hi, Lila. I try to do live readings once a week. Oh, I love Tai Chi, such a cool thing for that energy balance. I try to do lives once a week. Yesterday was Mother's Day here in the States, and so I did, but often I'm here Monday, or excuse me, Sunday mornings. And then I try to post little lessons every single day. So do follow the channel and you'll see that I love teaching what I know. What I learn, I teach. I taught golf for 10 years at the time of my life, just because I happened to take golf lessons and get good enough at it. So, okay, Nettie, a general reading. Okay, so what is it? We're a super, as a full moon today in Scorpio, and it's so important to use the energy of our words at this time. So thank you for being here to hear Martin. Okay, let's see, Nettie, what do we have here? Lost and found. Interesting. Okay, what was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. Interesting. So this reminds me of the Five of Cups card in the tarot, which is the card that says, Don't cry over spilled milk. So, Nettie, I feel like the fairies are asking you to take a look at your life right now and see, is there anything that you are feeling disappointed about? Kind of like, oh, things never work out for me. I call it the poor me syndrome, where you just do feel sorry for the things that have happened to you. You would not be human if you didn't have an issue around feeling sorry for the things in your life, the things that you couldn't control. Somebody left you, you had a change in finances, you had some kind of tragedy happen in your life. You maybe have been in a fire where you lost your home. So many people lose their homes to either fire or water damage. And it truly is a loss. The truth is that when you are a person that believes in energy, faith, God, source, universe, whatever you call it, the point is that there, in my opinion, and I use Neville Goddard and Wayne Dyer as my main philosophers because they teach that we can change our reaction to the things that happen. So, Nettie, what's happening? Is there somebody you're blaming? What cup got spilled? Can you release it? What you can do is you can, I love this cat too. Are you a cat owner, Nettie? What you can do tonight with the full moon energy is just write a letter. I would write directly to the universe or to God or whatever your name of it is, and say, "What I feel disappointed. These things that happened in my life seem to set me back, and I can't get over them. I don't want to hold hard feelings for this person or for this thing that happened, but I can't get away from it. Just be real honest." And then the prayer that goes around along with it, and you can write this down. I am so happy and thankful now that I have moved on from this thing that troubled me. Okay. I am so happy and thankful now that I can let go of that disappointment. We have to allow what has been lost to fall into the past where it belongs. Okay, Nettie? And the cat, yes, the cat, we are so fortunate to have pets. When that cat purrs, I want you to listen. Lay your head very close to that cat. The sound of a purring cat is tremendously comforting and will help you release this person from your past, okay? And here I'm aware of this bottle, and it's interesting to me. I never noticed it on this card before, but it's behind. I feel like as you let go of this cup that has been emptied, there's something coming into your life that's going to surprise and delight you. Okay, Nettie? Use the power of this full moon in Scorpio to help you, okay? AJ, absolutely. Feeling is the secret. No question. No question. Okay, let's look. AJ, too much to summarize. Whatever the card brings out. The high school mascot was a cardinal. You know what? Those are the kinds of synchronicity. That's how the energy works. It gives you a grin, even though it's been so many years ago. When you think about it, you're like, wow, that's a connect. And so that's evidence to me that you're on the right track, and so am I, that we're having this divine appointment here. So AJ, let me just go back because I think there might be one person before you. Yes. Oh, Shizu's asking me to do the reading in Hindi, and I don't speak Hindi. I'm sorry to say, but I will do a quick reading for you. And then AJ, you're gonna be next, okay? I don't think I've missed. If I've missed you, please tell me, okay? And I will get to you. So this message is for Shizu, and hopefully you could get it translated into Hindi because there are some apps that help with that. But what do the fairies have to say to Shizu today? And oh, that's so cool, AJ. I love that. AJ, okay, and we'll do you next. So let's take a peek here. And we have for Shizu music. Oh, music came out before, so I'm gonna put that at the bottom of my stack. How did that speak back in there? Unless Shizu is a musician. Okay, let's take a look here. And it's Magical Gateway, and I'm just gonna turn it around. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown. Yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. So, Shizu, I believe with all my heart that your spirit will interpret this reading as I speak it. And you are being called to a change in your situation, but it's not a change to be afraid of. There is great abundance on the other side of this door. And actually, the relief that you're going to feel once you have passed into this new kingdom is going to make a lot of sense to you. It may not seem fair that you're being pulled into something brand new, but quite frankly, sometimes we can lose track of what it is that we're really, really wanting. So, in this full moon energy, let go of old expectations that are holding you back. Let go of old belief systems that are no longer serving you. Take a chance and walk forward. Again, one of the things you can do to eliminate fear is to grab a piece of paper and a crayon or a pencil and just scribble, 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 scribble. And as you're scribbling, say, even though I don't know how, I'm releasing fear right now. Even though I don't know how, I am releasing fear right now. Tammy, this, what I'm just saying right now, is the easiest release. I do personal work with tapping, and I work with a lot of people who are getting over breakup trauma. So it could be that I could help you myself, but the scribble technique is unbelievable. Just get out a big piece of paper, crayon or a pencil, and scribble. Scribble as much and as hard. Don't try to journal, just scribble and just say, even though I don't know how, I'm releasing all my anger now. Even though I don't know how, I'm letting this go at last right now. The rhyme of it really works. Okay. Please try it. I think you'll love it. And if you need personal help and you want somebody to tap with, I'm your girl. Patternbreakertarot@gmail.com. Email me. Okay. And back over to my friend in India. The same is true for you, Shizu. Scribble your troubles and speak to them as you scribble. It really breaks up the energy. Okay, let's see. We are going on 90 minutes here, you guys. How fun. Okay, AJ. Too much to summarize. Sounds like my life. Okay. Hi, Sonia. Welcome. Beautiful, Jean. I can tell you're a songwriter for sure. There's something coming for you. You'll just have to, keep this date in mind. Keep this date in mind because there's some sort of energetic fork in the road, and the music and the songs that you're going to be writing are going to be in a different tone, a different zone and tone. Okay, so AJ. Okay, what is it? This full moon time is a time of releasing. So if with your I hope it'll be okay. I think it will. I'm just going to pull a card and ask for guidance and wisdom on what could be released right now. If you're like me, there are 100 stories a minute. And when you look at the past, there may be something that you would not suspect will be brought to your awareness. Words are very important right now with this particular full moon in Scorpio. Words are containers they can build. Okay, let's take a peek here for AJ. What's the energy? Okay. So the first thing I'm aware of is that the light has changed and there's a shadow on here of the branch behind me. And it's like a forked stick. See that? So AJ, this is significant. This is the only card so far that's had this particular shadow. It's fascinating. Okay, let's see what the card is. Purity with the unicorn. And what is that? Oh gosh, okay. Beautiful fairy next to the unicorn. Always trust in the purity of your heart. Look inside your heart, and within it, you will find the answer to your question. Okay, so I think because of the strength of this shadow, I feel like there is, we all kind of hide from our shadows because it's hard. The personality has an upside, and the personality has a downside. Depending on your horoscope sign, these reflections, shadow and light, are different expressions. And so I can't help but think that this is a direct message that there is a shadow issue. There's something, perhaps you even know what it is, a habit that's wanting to be broken, um, something within the constellation that is you. I feel like this shadow is really wanting to be called out and addressed. Now, I haven't moved and the shadow disappeared. This is deep. So, shadow work may be a little bit intimidating to you, but don't let it be. Go to astrologyguy.com and watch his video on how to date whatever your sign is. He will give you your shadow in digestible language. I'm not kidding. I love the astrology guy. I don't even know his real name, but this balance that's going to come from you addressing the parts of your personality that are just rough around the edges is going to change everything. Okay? I love and Jean, having that shadow show up on the card was definitely a sign. And so thank you for opening my eyes to how supported we are in the fairy kingdom while we're doing these readings. Okay, AJ? So your mission, should you choose to accept it, and I'm totally dating myself, as that unicorn carries the lantern in its mouth, that you will find something special, something unique when you do find that shadow pattern that's been wanting your attention, like prodding you with the sharp horn of that unicorn. And I think you know exactly what I mean. Okay? There you have it. What a fun reading. I wish so much that you would email me and let me know how this resonates. Okay. Thank you for that unicorn icon. I love it. You know, when I first started reading cards, which was at Christmas of 2021, I had an ex contact me and he was no contact. I hadn't heard from him in 5 years. I divorced him for good reason and it was very painful. And he sent me an email and a text on Christmas Day of 2021, and instantly I froze, fight or flight. I was just like frozen. And I thought, man, 5 years later, and that energy still hits me like a wave. Well, now I can look back and I can be grateful that it happened because what happened is I went straight to my table. I was living in Mexico. I went straight to my table and I did my first reading ever online. And it was just because I refused to let that person steal my joy on Christmas Day. He was no contact and he wasn't supposed to contact me again. And so ever since I was scared at first, but now I have over 2,500 readings online and I can trust energy to do the work. I can trust the cards to be the proper cards. And as Jean, so lovely that Jean reminded me to ask, invoke the angels and the fairies to show up. And indeed, we've had a butterfly, a cardinal, and then a direct shadow right across the card to encourage AJ and all of us. Look, you guys, there's no harm, no foul than having a salty side of your personality. I have it. I can be a snark. I'm the queen of snark. Trust me, I've had to learn to curb my enthusiasm when it comes to snarkiness because it does feel kind of good, especially if the person deserves it. But in reality, that was just a fantastic, what would you call it? Like a call to action to look at our salty side and dilute it a little bit. Okay, Tammy, did I even pull a card for you, Tammy? I don't think so. I just did the scribbling technique. I didn't pull you a card, no. So, Tammy, let me pull you a card. And Sonia, I see that you're here. So, my dear Tammy, it was such a good message for you already. But let's see, when it comes to allowing a loving relationship in. Let's see what your message is, Tammy. If you're here visiting me, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Catherine, and you may be actually looking for love. And so please take this reading, claim it. What do you need to do? in order to allow a harmonious, loving relationship in. And I love your language, Tammy. Let's take a peek. It's an important time. We have the full moon in Scorpio, how we can eliminate some of our shadows and some of our saltier sides today in this beautiful releasing energy. Tammy, protect your dreams. This is a perfect card for you, Tammy. So the advice is the same. You do want to scribble. You may need to do it 100 times, but every time you're scribbling with a black crayon and you're saying, even though I don't know how, I'm feeling so much better now. Even though I don't know how, my anger is lifting off of me now. You can fill in anything after the even though I don't know how. That will help you. There's a part of you, the inner child, some people call it, that is locked into fear. Fear of making another mistake. Fear of the suffering that comes when you're with the wrong person. There's no more lonelier place to be than in the bed of someone that no longer loves you. I've been there. But this part of you that was naive, the part of you at that edge between when a child turns into a teenager, those beginning crushes, they do crush. And so it looks like you're carrying pain from a long time ago, not just this last boyfriend. Okay. So it's so important to be kind and gentle to yourself. There's wonderful meditations available for the inner child, and I suggest that you just click the YouTube search and pick a random one. Let the magic of attraction help heal your heart. But honestly, that scribbling technique is fantastic. Tapping is a fast, easy to learn system. I would love to teach it to you. If you'd like to learn, just email me. But let's listen to these words on your card. You and you alone are the guardian of your precious dreams, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. Your dreams right now are captured by your story. I believe that some of your dreams, you're almost afraid to dream because of all the disappointments. That's only natural. Use the scribble technique. Scribble as hard as you can and release your anger that way. You're going to start to feel better right away. And they're just having the respect for the healing that you need. Sometimes counseling is helpful, no question. Sometimes working with an energy practitioner is helpful, but don't try to do too much on your own if you're struggling in that area. Okay, my dear? Have a wonderful, wonderful time scribbling and use every swear word just put it down on that page. It's my favorite kind of journaling. Okay, excellent. Thank you, Tammy. Aw, okay. Jean, you know what? I'm going to do that for my final card because my battery is running out. So thank you for asking. That's just a perfect call to finish. But I do want to draw a card for Sonia. Hey, Sonia. Sonia, have you been on my channel before? I used to have a Sonia that came. I used to be fish out of water tarot. And some people go, oh, I used to follow the fish. And now I'm breaking patterns instead. So, Sonia, let's pull a card for you. What is the energy for you at this full moon? And then, Jean, we will draw a closing card. Thank you so much for that suggestion. Okay, let's take a peek here. And we have temptation, Sonia. Sonia, temptation. Let's read it first. Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty? This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its disguise. So this makes me think of AJ. AJ, I don't know if you're still here, but this was that direct. I mean, were you here, Sonia? Did you see that shadow? I mean, it hasn't happened on any of the other cards. I have not moved, you guys. It's just the light changing behind me. But this is the thing. it's hard when you want to choose something that you know is good for yourself, like going out and taking a walk every day, and you walk for 2 days and then you skip the third, right? We're always tempted to fall back into the comfort zone. So this today, the powerful energy on the this full moon that's happening today is a good opportunity to just take a small habit. Don't take your major flaw. That's not fair to you or anybody else. But let's just take a small habit that you want to change and then take action on it. Write it down and make a claim. And you could use my favorite prayerful affirmation, which is I am so happy and thankful now that I don't do that anymore. I am so happy and thankful now that I hang my clothes up when I take them off instead of throwing them on the floor. I am so happy and thankful that I am doing yoga again. Pick up something that you want to change and use that magical affirmation. Okay, my friend? This one is for Sonia. Okay, and now we're going to come to our close. Hi, Elias. I'm going to draw. Oh, you're welcome, Tammy. I'm so glad you were still here. I didn't want to skip your card. So I want to thank Jean. Jean, thank you so much for Jean Tutor. Makes me think of a tutor like a teacher. But thank you so much for joining my reading. I definitely felt the impact of your energy supporting me. And y'all, it means the world to me when you support me energetically by hitting, if you hit the thumbs up, you close a loop of energy between us, joining the subscribe so you get notified when I post. I do live readings every Sunday, and if the weather permits, I will come back to the fairy garden. But at any rate, I'm pulling a card it's not for me, it is with the childs, with Mother Earth. And I do feel I'm grateful that I have this property that I can use. It's not my property. It's near my house, and the owner has given me permission to create my garden in it. I'm very blessed. And I'm using this fairy card as a divine connection between all of us that are on the card right now. We are united in intention to throw love and grace to Mother Earth as we receive the love and grace from our Mother Earth. So let's see what we have here. Me get myself situated. It's a key. You know what? I didn't really pay any attention, but now it's the very last card, and I'm aware of those keys. I love that. Keys to the kingdom. Let's see what we have here. Our beautiful life energy. The happy fairy of sunshine. Notice how the sunshine dances on her. Oh, Jean, powerful. Isn't that wonderful, you guys? Ah, breezing through the shadows, shining. The happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life energy, life giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. Well, I love this sun is just dancing around this card. Look at that energy sparkling out. Definitely address the saltier parts of your personality. Notice that shadow sharpening right when I said the salty parts of your personality. We all have saltiness. If we add water, it will dilute, right? Let's all claim the power of changing our salty nature. Okay. So take a breath, lay your hand on your heart, and just say this out loud, unless you're not by yourself, but I'm saying it out loud. I am so happy and thankful now that I can easily adjust my salty nature. We all have one. I am so happy and thankful now that I can eliminate any unnecessary saltiness from my personality. Your shadow nature is simply a saltier version of your best self. So don't think it's anything worse than that. Thank you so much. How does this impact Mother Earth? Easy. The more pleasant you are, the more agreeable you are, the better your life will go. Showing up at the right place at the right time is a direct result from dealing with your saltier side. As you become more tolerant, relaxed, and at peace, some people call that being in alignment. When you're there, you are a better citizen of planet Earth, and you do make a difference. Thank you, Jean Tudor, for being my co creator today. I appreciate you. And the rest, my love, my heart, I can only do half a heart. That's because you guys are on the other half, right? I love you. Thank you for being in the garden with me. And I will see you at my next live.